Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So today from our science subject we will be continuing the fifth part of plants. And what we will be learning about? So we will be learning about agriculture. Children, agriculture. So whose occupation is agriculture, children? Like farmers. Farmers occupation is agriculture. So what is agriculture? A plant grown in large numbers on a plot of land during a particular season is called a crop. Okay, so what is agriculture? Basically, when we grow crops in a large area, for a particular season, then that is called as agriculture. Clear, children? So plants will be grown in large number, okay, and they are grown according to the season. So that is called as agriculture. Okay, like if you see here, so this is a very large area in the picture. No, you can see they are sowing the plants, and they are sowing the seeds and they are getting the plants. So they are growing this in large area. So this occupation is called as agriculture. And now the practice of growing crops on a large scale in fields is called agriculture. Where do they grow these plants, children? In fields. Fields is a large area where crops are grown. Okay, and the practice of growing crops. So they grow crops in this large scale, in the sense so many plants growing in a large area which we call as field is called as agriculture, as you can see here in the picture. So, okay, and there are various processes involved in agriculture. So you have got so many processes which are connected to or which are related to agriculture. Let us see what are they. The first one is plowing. The second one is adding manure. Third one is seed sowing. Fourth one is irrigation. Fifth one is weeding. Sixth one is harvesting. And the seventh one is storing. So these all things are going to take part in the process of agriculture. No, so it's like one by one. Okay, one by one. This is a process to get the crop in a successful manner. So you have to follow this process in agriculture. So let us learn in detail what all this means. Okay, so first we learn about the plowing. What is it, children? Plowing. So as you can see in the picture here, so you can see here plowing, and we'll just learn about that now. Preparing the soil by plowing the field. Farmers use bullocks or tractors to plow their fields. Plowing turns the soil and loosens it. Okay, so what happened? What is plowing, children? As you see in the picture here, so they are plowing the land with the bullocks. So this is the plowing instrument here, this one, and they are just plowing, in the sense they are just digging the soil. In an easy way to say, they are just digging the soil through these bullocks, or sometimes if we have a large land, we can also use tractors also. Instead of bullocks, you can also use tractors also to just dig the land. This we call it as plowing. And what happens because of this plowing, the soil is going to get loose, in the sense the soil becomes fertile. It becomes loose so that it is ready to grow the plant in the soil. It gets ready for the plant. Okay, children. Now we'll see about adding manure. So adding manure is what? Like fertilizers. Adding manure is like fertilizers. And when the farmers grow crops year after year, the soil becomes less fertile. So the farmers add natural manure or chemical fertilizers to increase the fertility of the soil. Yes, children, so as we need food, and nutrients to have strength to make our body fit. Even the soil must be fit to grow the crop. Clear, children? So what happens, on the same land we'll be growing number of crops one after the other. No, as we grow the crop year after year, the soil starts getting less fertile. In the sense, the fertility of the soil, the strength of the soil becomes weak. To maintain the healthy soil, the fertility of the soil, so farmers, what they do, they add natural manure or chemical fertilizers. Natural manure and fertilizers are both the same, like the nutrients like nitrogen, potassium and all that which are required to make the soil fertile. Okay, so farmers are going to add this to the soil to increase the fertility of the soil. See, you can see in the picture, they are just spraying or just pouring the manure, natural manure or chemical fertilizers which we can buy, and natural manure is which we can prepare by ourselves. So these are added to the soil to make it fertile. Okay, children, the first thing is we'll prepare the soil ready by plowing the field, and second thing is we are going to add manure or fertilizers. So this is the process of agriculture. So, and the third one now, what is it? It is sowing healthy and good quality seeds. So now what we will do, now the soil is ready. No, and even we have added manure. Now we'll start sowing the seeds. Healthy seeds are sown either manually in grooves made by the farmers while preparing the field, or through machines called seed drills. So if you see here, children, in the picture, so you can see the this area, so where they have made some space to sow the seeds. Okay, so this space is made manually either by the farmers or through machines also. So sometimes even machines also will take the help of the machines to just make this grooves. Okay, grooves, we call this as grooves where the seed is sown. Okay, so and what type of seeds we have to sow? We have to sow healthy seeds. If you sow a healthy seed in the soil, then only we will be able to get a healthy plant. If the seed is not healthy, then it will not be able to germinate. No, it will not be able to germinate. So we have to sow a healthy and good quality seeds. Okay, children, clear? Now, and what are these machines? Seed drills. Seed drills are nothing but the machines, so which make the sand ready to sow the seeds. And the fourth one here, it is irrigation. Irrigation is nothing but watering of field. Watering the land regularly for the crops to grow well is called irrigation. Then what is irrigation, children? Like watering the plant. Watering the plant, in the sense the land. So regularly for the crops to grow well. So why do we water the plants or the crop, children? To grow well. No, to get a good crop. I am not telling here plant, I am telling you here the crop. Okay, so many plants together in a large field, we call it as a crop. And so we have to water it. So watering regularly for this crop is known as irrigation. And modern methods of irrigation such as sprinkler are common nowadays. If you see here in the picture, children, so this is like we are not watering the crop manually. No man is there pouring the water to the crop. It is done with the help of a machine. No, and this is called as sprinkler. It is just like a fountain. No, it is just like a fountain, and we call this as sprinkler. Okay, and by this machine, okay, some type of machine which is used for watering the crops. These are the modern methods. No, man has invented some modern methods to make his life easy. So like in that way, so even farming, that is even in agriculture also, there is a lot of development. So instead of doing things manually, people are taking the help of machines so that the work is done in easy way, in a fast way. So here by using these modern methods, they are supplying water to the fields. So you can see this in the picture. Clear, children? And now the other process is, what is it? So it is about protecting the land from weeds and pests. Weeds and pests. So what are weeds, children? The unnecessary plants which grow along with the normal crop. Okay, so if you see, even in our surroundings also, so if we, even in our house plants also, if we are having some plants, some common plants which we grow regularly, you can also see some unwanted plants which are growing around the plant in the soil. So that are called as weeds. Okay, so and pests are what, children? Pests are some insects, small insects which attack the crop and which are going to damage the crop. Those are called as pests. Okay, and the farmland is protected from weeds and pests by spraying chemicals called weedicides and pesticides respectively. So why we have to protect the land from weeds and pests? In the sense, weeds are going to spoil the fertility of the soil, in the sense like, so whatever nutrients we are giving to the soil to maintain the fertility along with the normal crop, like our crop, even the weeds also they take the nutrients. So that's why, so what happens, the fertility what has to go to the normal plant which we are growing, so it is not going to go to that. Okay, so even it will be distributed to weed also. So that is why we have to take off the weed, so that whatever nutrients we give to the plant, so it has to reach it completely. It has to not get wasted unnecessarily because of these weeds. Okay, so that is why we have to take off the weeds. And another thing is pests. So as I said before, so these pests are going to damage the plant. They are going to eat or they are going to spoil the plant and the crop. So that even we have to protect from that also. So these are protected by spraying chemicals called weedicides. So the chemicals which are sprayed to avoid weeds are called as weedicides and pesticides. To avoid pests is pesticides. Okay, respectively, in the sense continuously, like like they are going to do this process so that the basic crop what we are growing, that has to grow in a healthy way. Okay, children, clear? Now harvesting. So what is harvesting? The fully grown crops are cut and collect for use. This process is called harvesting. So now after removing the weeds and pests, so what will happen? We'll get our crop. And now this crop, it must be ready for use. So this process is called as harvesting, in the sense the fully grown crop. So we have to cut the fully grown crop and collect it for the use. And this process is called harvesting. Even harvesting, it can be done manually or by using machines which are called as harvesters. No, what are the machines called as, children? Harvesting machines are called as harvesters. And harvesting is nothing but cutting the crop and just collecting it for use. See, if you see here, through the help of the machine, what are we doing? We are just cutting the crop. No, large number of crop is cut at once through this machine. Even we can do this manually also. Okay, this is harvesting. Clear, children? In this above picture, if you see, these are weeds. So they are taking off the weeds. No, so one thing is, if we have weeds, we'll just pull them out from the soil. And for not getting the weeds in the soil, we also spray weedicides. There are both ways to remove the weeds from the soil. Now we'll see the last procedure, that is storing. So now we have cut the crop, and what we have to do? So we have to store it. After cutting the crop, now we have to store it. Harvested crops are stored in dry, well ventilated places that are free from germs and pests. See here, storing is nothing but like harvested crop. Harvested crop is the crop which is ready and which we have cut No, and this is stored in dry and well ventilated places. Why it must be dry, children, and well ventilated? So that it must not get attacked with the germs and pests. No, when the place is very much ventilated with light and it has got no moisture, in the sense no wet condition, then the crop remains healthy in the storage place. Okay, so if again the place is not dry and it is not ventilated, then what happens? Germs and pests start attacking the crop. Then the crop will become of zero use. No, totally it becomes a waste. But we have to keep the crop healthy and without any damage. So we have to store it in a dry and well ventilated places. Clear, children? So this is the process of children. This is how the process of agriculture goes on. So let us revise. Like first, what did we do? So we have just plowed the field. Now plowing. Then what did we do? What do the farmers do? Then they'll just pour manure or fertilizers, okay, and then they will sow the seeds. After that, they'll just water it, in the sense irrigation. That is, watering is nothing but irrigation. And after that, then we will take out the weeds and the pests. Weeds and pests, in the sense we are they'll spray chemicals to take off the weeds and the spread, so that the crop doesn't get damaged. So once if all this done, the next thing what is happening, like it is harvesting. So once the crop is ready, we are going to cut it. No, we are going to cut it, and then at the last we are going to store it. Store it where? In a well ventilated place and a dry place. So all the process of this agriculture can be done in two ways, either manually or by using the machines, which are like we call it as modern methods of agriculture. So both the types are used in doing this agriculture process. Clear, children? Okay. Now we learn some more about this agriculture, like the crops and all. Different crops need different climatic conditions to grow. Some crops grow well in hot climate, while some grow well in cold climate. See, children, all the crops do not grow at once. No, different crops. We have got different crops, and they need different climatical conditions. And some crops can grow well in hot climate. Some grow well in hot climate, while some grow well in cold climate. So according to the climate, so we have to decide like which crop has to be grown in the field. Okay, and here also some need less water to grow, while some need a lot of water to grow well. No, when the plants need less water, so such type of plants can be grown, crop can be grown in summer. When the crop needs much water, in which season can we grow such type of crop, children? In rainy season. Okay, children? So it is clear here that so different crops need different climatic conditions. We'll see which type of crops grow in different seasons now. So again here we are having two crops. One is Kharif and the other one is Rabi. Depending on the time of the year or the season in which they are grown, crops are of two main types. So as we said, Kharif and Rabi. Depending on the time. So time in the sense like in which month of the year the crop is grown and in which season. So the crops are divided mainly into two types. One is the Kharif and the other one is the Rabi. Okay. And Kharif crops. So what are these? These are usually sown in the beginning of June and harvested in September and October. See, children, observe carefully here. Kharif crops, we start sowing the seed in June. So we'll get the complete crop in September and October months. Like harvested in the sense the crop is ready. So we are going to cut the crop and store it. No. So it takes this much months for these Kharif crops to grow. Okay, children. So for examples like cotton, maize, paddy, sunflower, soybean and millet. So these type of crops, they grow in rainy season. So this September to from June to September, October, all these are monsoon seasons, that is rainy seasons, children. Okay, so cotton, maize, paddy, sunflower, soya bean and millets. So these type of crops are grown in this rainy season. Not what about rabi crops? Rabi crops are, these are grown in winter from November and harvested in April. See here. So these are grown in winter. So we start again sowing the seeds in November and the crop is ready in the month of April. And these crops do not require much water for growth. So as these do not require much water, so we are growing these crops in winter season. No, because you don't have rain, so you'll just have some moisture. I mean, the climate is cool and the crop is ready to grow in this season. And example for this are cauliflower, beans, peas, wheat, mustard, gram, barley and oats. Okay, children. So these are such type of crops which are ready to grow in winter seasons, and we call them as what? Rabi crops. Okay, children, we call them as rabi crops. So rainy season crops are kharif crops, winter season crops are of rabi crops. Clear? And you can see here in the picture also, see rabi crops, you have got wheat here and pea, this is wheat, this is pea, this is barley and this is grams. Okay, even grams, the sense these are like groundnuts also. Children, in the picture you can see these rabi crops like wheat, pea, barley, grams and all that. No, here these are the kharif crops here. Like as we said, we are having sunflower, paddy, maize and all that. These are kharif crops. Clear, children? Now we have learnt about the various process of irrigations and the different type of crops grown. So we'll be concluding here. Take care and stay well. So we'll be continuing tomorrow class. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.